There we go, there's a couple more. And we got one up there. Oh, we got a couple whales at least making an appearance. Oh, that one's gonna hang out with us. Have you guys checked out any of the cams on Explorer before? Or?
The Aurora one, because that's where I work.
Yeah.
Yeah. We actually check out that one sometimes in the summer to see like what gets picked up, if it's ever pointed like at the parking lot sometimes, and
yeah.
we tested out the microphone capabilities because sometimes we think that they can hear what we're saying.
Oh, really?
But yeah, sometimes actually the study center has like a staff member has to stay overnight, like at the center every single night. And if it's Aurora season or if there's supposed to be active Aurora and you don't really want to get out of your bed, you can just have your laptop open and check the camera. And then if it's good, you can just walk outside and see what it looks like.
That's funny. Yeah, because it comes and goes pretty quickly.
Very like hit and miss sometimes.
Yeah,
but
you could be turning your back like, I guess it's not a good night. And then all of a sudden it'll just...
Yeah.
Yeah, we got wannabe traveler here again mentioning they've been a fan of the beluga, orcas, brown bears in Africa. So saying, yeah, productivity has gone down a fair amount since the discovery of Explorer.
Yep.
I can understand that. It's like a black hole that you just get sucked into, and you start clicking around on that website and you're gotta settle in for hours.
Is there I'm trying to think if there's one like mountain gorillas in Rwanda. Have I seen that before?
I feel like that sounds familiar too. I know I haven't looked at all of them, that's for sure.
Yeah, there's one coming in after this wave right here, yeah. Oh, there's two there.
Yeah, that'd be a cool one to watch too. The orcas sound fun. I've clicked on them a few times and watched, but I just didn't have the time to spend on the cam for too long. But everyone says you could hear them coming a mile away, and then you just sit there and wait for them to show up on the camera. There's a video on the news yesterday of some kayakers in BC. They got some close-up and personal interactions with the orcas there. Do you see that?
No, I think there's probably a couple videos surfacing around, but not the most recent one, I don't think.
They're jumping around the kayaks.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, it looked intense.
Coming right here. I think there's a calf out here. See the little gray one? Just surfaced.
Oh, we got a footprint right in front of the boat. Well, there's a few around, so that's good. We'll see if things continue to get better. Another thing we could try in a minute or two is just drifting. There's one right there. We could do that even right now. We've had luck before. The whales will come check us out when we're just bobbing around. So we got... Yeah, it'd be nice if the terns showed up.
Yeah.
That'd be a good sign.
There's one here and there's one over there just flying away. He's diving for Cleveland.
Oh, he is.
Right there.
No, he is. Yeah, oh, that's good. That'll bring in some whales for us. Maybe we'll try to go that way a little bit.
See that calf?
No, I think we're getting, had one go by the cam that we were unaware of, I think.
Coming right by us here.
Oh, perfect. On the starboard side, we got a couple whales. I'm gonna
Oh, nice.
flip around.
Check us out.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, maybe we'll stop here. We'll see if they come back.
Oh, yeah, right here.
Down there?
Yeah, just side to the ice.
Oh, yeah.
Right underneath there.
Might see it on the underwater cam. Oh, I can see it down there. Just chilling out. No, crazy that Sergeant Pepper is saying on the message board here on the bison cam they seen a badger. He's got a photo up as well. Just click on that now. Oh yeah, there it is. Nice looking badger. I don't know, Ferraginous hawk, is that how that's pronounced, hopefully? And a burring owl recently, then lots of coyotes and bisons and prairie dogs. Cool. That sounds like a very active cam.
I just realized another one that we would have checked out would have been the bison cam in grasslands.
Yeah.
Yeah. We were out there May? April?
Yeah.
At
Sometime?
Grasslands Park.
At grasslands, yeah.
And that's in, yeah, we were southern
Southern
Saskatchewan.
Saskatchewan on the Montana border there.
Yeah. What were you guys, you just on a vacation out there? Or?
Just did a little road trip to Portland from
Oh, nice.
Winnipeg and stopped in grasslands and Glacier in the States and
Portland, Oregon?
yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
nice. That's how we did the road trip to Seattle. We didn't get down to Portland. It's a nice drive.
Yeah, we did the Highway 101, like the coast road between Seattle and Portland, and that
Oh,
was,
sweet.
as a prairie boy, that was pretty spectacular.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Oregon's on the list. It seems like it'd be. I love Seattle. What a cool place that is. I've been there a couple times. I really enjoy it. Yeah, man. I think
Kinda
Oregon would
oh,
be.
you see that little one? I just saw it. Yeah, you're right.
Little calf back behind us.
So fresh.
We went through. It was May long. The one road trip we did down there, and we went through Washington and. Holy crap, man! It was when you go through the gorge, that area. You know, it is sickening how hot it gets there. We were in a car with no AC, and yeah, you wanted to be sitting on a block of ice. I think I've been super lucky the times I've been to Seattle, though, too. The weather's been unreal. So
I think it rained only one day.
Yeah,
of
we
the
were
5 that
super, super lucky.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's a nice place. Everyone there is really nice, and I like being down on the water's edge there.
Yeah. And the use of green space was unreal.
Yeah. Lots of art and stuff as well, and I was hoping those whales back there would come closer to us. I don't know. We haven't really tested our boundaries, how far out we can go before we lose signal. I didn't want to bug them too much. We can try to get a bit closer and see what happens. Tiptoe our way over there.
Another calf coming up here behind us.
We are seeing more show up though, so that's a good sign. I'm keeping an eye at point 2 in case a bear comes sauntering along.
Yeah.
Yeah, right there. It's going under the boat now. See, we'll float in here for a second. Oh, we must have been getting some whales underneath. We got a bunch of new. Oh, I've been to Victoria too. I love Victoria. Have you guys ever been there on the island? Victoria, BC, on the island? Oh. Yeah, anything around there is pretty awesome. But yeah, I really like the island. I got some family there in Courtney Comox area. Yeah. Cloud got some underwater pictures.
Oh, wow. That was so little.
April owl as well, and
So done.
what else here?
You notice it's in the water.
And we got a photo up from Sergeant Pepper on that burrowing owl. That was really neat. There's an area near Brooks where I'm from where they study burrowing owls. There's tons of them there, yeah. They use the gopher holes. Oh, that's, yeah, one of our viewers from Comox Valley. Yeah, it's gorgeous there. It's changed lots since I was going as a kid. Seems like a lot of people discovered that secret. There we go, a couple headed our way. 2 adults. Let's see if they make an appearance by the underwater cam. Yeah, they're very relaxed today. Awesome, so our signal's still strong out here, that's good.
Just a few bears on Eskimo Point you've seen this summer, eh?
Well, there's been lots like
Yeah.
throughout the year, but we only got to see one so far. What happened that day where all the cell phone and internet went down in town? That wasn't whatever it was a couple weeks ago. We decided we were still out on the water, so we just figured, oh, we'll head out. I've been wanting to check out Button Bay, and that day the water was like a sheet of glass. It was insane. So thought I'll go do some exploring, and we'll keep an eye on things, and hopefully the signal will come back. But at least let's go snoop around a little bit while we wait. And when we were out here is when things fired back up again. So we just decided to see if we could pick up a signal, and we were lucky we did. So that's how we discovered. Because once we get to the fort, there's a gap there where we lose our signal, so we just figured, you know, it's got to be the same if we continue heading out. But for whatever reason, there's a nice little patch out here.
Nice.
So yeah, that.
Yeah, there's been a couple carcasses, like beluga carcasses, on the point this summer as far as.
Yeah. Yeah, some hunters came through, and
Yeah.
so it's drawn in the bears, and I think they just they like to be out, you know, as far as they can, kind of.
Good spot for sure.
Sticking out in the water.
Forgot I had that.
Yeah, the one that we seen was just sleeping in the grass, and then we just kept an eye on it the whole time we were out here, and finally got up and took a little stroll, and it was nice. It was really calm that day too, so it was easy on the camera. They can zoom in on it, and people are still saying for how calm it was, they're getting seasick, because of course zoomed in, then it's like really all over, but now we got some really nice snapshots of the bear too. Is cool.
Nice to see them just like hanging out on land, not doing too much. You
Yeah,
know,
and then
not
just
spending too much energy.
Yeah, jump in the water, and swim around. Yeah, you can tell they really try to conserve their energy. But getting a whale to snack on from time to time has got to be a pretty huge bonus for them.
Carcass? Yeah. There's usually a couple.
Oh yeah. You can try to troll again for a minute. Oh, there we go. Got a juvie back there coming our way. Big scar on his right side. Oh, finally. Coming to check us out.
Video.
Going under.
Yeah, classic.
Oops. Just got a video of this.
Well, still got his interest, eh? Oh, a few more. There, now I got 3 of them.
That was crazy.
Starting to show a bit more interest in the boat. That's a good sign.
Some men under it.
Oh, I can't imagine we're gonna get a lot more days like this though. This is nice out here right now.
It's supposed to be pretty wet the next few days too in the forecast.
I know.
Think. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna try and make a mad dash out to the Ithaca tonight for low tide
Oh,
as
yeah?
well.
I haven't done that trip out there either. I drove out quite a bit just to get photos, but
Yeah,
yeah,
I think that's one of the most underrated things to do in Churchill.
yeah,
Just get out to the
there,
Ithaca.
eh?
Yeah. Get out at low tide.
Yeah, yeah, you walk right out to
Yeah.
the ship.
Get a bear guard and you're set.
We got a calf and another, I don't know if it's a juvie or an adult over there. Port side a little ways out. Yeah, it's nice. It's a little cool. It's not too bad. The sun's sure helping things out though.
Yep.
We'll be getting all rain geared up here, I guess, yeah, in the days to come, it sounds like. So get a wetsuit, I guess. That'd be a good way to combat that, those conditions. Guess if a guy's gonna get that wet from the rain, might as well just jump in the water with the whales.
Okay. I guess you guys are out, rain or shine, pretty much, or?
Yeah, yeah. If it's yesterday was pretty borderline for too windy.
Yeah.
And if there's lightning, then of course we're off the water with this big lightning rod sticking out of the boat.
Yeah.
So we boogie back in whenever that happens. But other than that, yeah, we're out every day. And it's been good this year. Like super lucky. I don't have any other years to compare it to, but I think this year was kind of an oddball year for weather.
Yeah.
We got really lucky with a lot of nice calm days, warm. We obviously had those heat waves. Yeah, so can't complain when we get a little bit of rain or a little bit of wind. That tower thing out there?
Nope.
Or is that what you're looking at?
So, like right of the tower, there's like just kind of past that little point here, the far end of Hudson Bay. There's like a rock,
Oh.
a really big rock on the shore, and there's a white,
Oh, really?
lighter colored object against that rock. But
Yeah.
way too far into town.
Yeah, I keep forgetting to put my binoculars back in my bag. I take them out when I go looking for bears, and then I forget to stick them back in my bag.
Right here, coming up port side.
Oh yeah, there we go. So, yeah, question if we've seen orcas. I haven't myself, but they've been coming usually once a year by the sounds of it. Mainly late August, they say, and sometimes in September. And it's, for the most part, if they show up, it's only once during the season they come cruising through. As awesome as it'd be to see them, that'd be sort of possibly putting an end on the beluga season. Because they say they scatter and then sometimes they don't come back after the orcas have moved through. But I guess, I mean, if we were going to pick a time to see them, it'd be close to now would be the best. They've had bowheads in the estuary as well, which is
Really?
insane, yeah. Parker was one of them that's seen them.
Of course.
Yeah, spy hopping out in the middle of the estuary, a big, huge bowhead.
Wow.
Yeah, wouldn't that be something to see? The bowhead whales are the ones that have the baleen, like the big brushes in their mouths where they sift out the little fish and the krill and things like that out of the water. You can see a big chunk of baleen that they have at the Insanitac Museum in town. Yeah, we got a nice adult falling behind us, two showing up. Oh, possibly a third maybe coming our way. I always wonder with the baleen, I haven't looked into it a lot, but how once they get all that food trapped in that, looks like a toothbrush or something, how they get it out.
Yeah.
be like having something stuck in your tooth, you know, like for
Ever.
ever. Yeah, just decaying.
Just swim fast.
Ram it in there.
Calves out there.
You see that scum floating out and it keeps psyching me out every time you
I
just
know.
glance.
I know.
You think, oh, a bunch of whales. No, it's just that foam floating around. So it never actually used to happen, the orcas coming into Hudson Bay. It was inaccessible to them, but with the receding sea ice, then now that's allowing the orcas to make their way down here. Part of the adaptation for beluga whales and for narwhals, which is their closest relative, is the lack of a dorsal fin. So they're better suited for life under the ice, whereas if you've seen an orca, you'll notice they got that big long sail sticking out their back. Their dorsal fins are huge, so they're not that great for spending time under the ice pack.
Yeah, I heard that the ones like the belugas that don't take off, they'll be in the shallows, like really, really quite shallow, up near like the docks and stuff, and that's a good indicator of if the orcas are around, as the belugas are, you know, visible above water and they're not moving.
Yeah.
Kind of almost beached.
Hiding. Yeah, I've heard they've like just out of panic and trying to escape or get away from the whales, the orcas, they'll beach themselves sometimes.
Which they do to shed sometimes, but not here, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah, here like it's shallow in the estuary. That's one of the reasons they come, is the warmer waters, and then the nice smooth rocks, the gravel on the bottom, helps them to molt. It's a process that happens each year, and they'll rub up against those rocks and shed that skin. The warm water, there's something about orcas as well, where they tracked a pod of orcas and they noticed they're making these long, like they had this big migration pattern, and it was in between warm and cold water, and they think they're doing that because the warm water helps them to shed and slough off that skin. So the other reasons too they come to the estuary is it's plentiful for food. The belugas, they got to eat quite a bit. I think it's around 50 pounds a day or something of fish. And we get roughly 3,000 to 4,000 migrating into the estuary throughout the summer, so that's a lot. Lots of capelin and stuff being devoured. It's also better for the young. They're giving birth around in the springtime, and the calves coming into the estuary in the warmer water, it's easier for them to keep warm. And then same thing, I'm guessing, just they're going to be nursing, so it's a good spot. If the mothers are being well fed, then obviously that's good for the calves as well. Dwight was telling me they've got, I don't think it was him, but pictures of when the capelin are moving and the belugas are feeding, of like belugas under the water with big mouthfuls of capelin and like coming out the sides of their mouth.
Really?
Yeah, I think that'd be awesome to check that out.
There's some guys who come up here like just to photograph belugas underwater.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy.
Yeah, even you hear researchers that come up here for the first time, and it's tough to tell somebody, like, I mean, yeah, sure, you could say 3,000 to 4,000 whales, and you're like, well, yeah, that's a big number, that's a lot of whales, but until you get here and you see them, you just, you can't really explain it. So once researchers that have come, they've, say been in the St. Lawrence or Alaska or studying other populations, and they come here and they're like, holy crap, man, like, they're contemplating making some rules. You have to stay X amount of distance away from the whales, and that's just
Impossible.
Yeah, it's like you better take an evasive maneuvering class, Zodiac driving course, because that's what you're going to be doing.
It's pretty cool too, like with whale watching of like, larger whales, you're kind of like, oh, like, it just surfaced over there, like, 100 yards away, but here you're looking in the water and they're right there.
Yeah.
So curious.
Yeah.
So cool to see.
Yeah, you're getting totally different encounters with them than Yeah, lots of people say they've toured around, and I think, well, Danny was one. I think she said they've been trying to go whale watching all over, and she's just never had luck.
Yep.
So I guess enough is enough. Come to Churchill. It's guaranteed. If you come in the right season, you're gonna see whales. I'm getting a little more vocal. Oh, I was going to mention, I don't think I talked about it. We were looking at the smoke. Or no, we did talk about it yesterday. Yeah, so that fire out at kind of, well, it's not too close to Ritchie, but that area, sort of by the CNSC. I guess it's starting to peter out. Just seen some smoke there today, but it looks like it's dying down quite a bit.
Yeah, we had a group at Twin Lakes, which is about 15 kilometers south of the study center. We were down there on Monday, and it didn't seem, no, Sunday, so it didn't seem too bad.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys
Pretty
got
smoky, but
clearance to go do your thing, and
Yep.
there is no real
Yeah.
immediate danger or anything. So that's good news. There's a cabin down at Ritchie, so hate to see that go up. It's pretty wild, like when I said how vast the land is and how good of a job they do at keeping tabs on fires. The conservation officers, they'll come out and they take photos and they mark locations of all the trapping cabins and everything people have set up out there, and then if there's ever fires in the area, they can set up sprinkler systems on the cabin to help protect it if the fire does get dangerously close or starts to move through. Here we go. In front of us we got, I don't know what it'd be, 4 to 6 maybe. So the vocalizations, Red Chaz, I think is what that says there, asking about the vocalizations. Beluga whales are unique. They have, I think it's over 100 different vocalizations. There's roughly a dozen or so that they've kind of mapped out, and the whales use most frequently. We were talking about Valeria, who has spent a lot of time out at the study center this summer, and we were hoping to have her on the boat, but unfortunately weather took over. But actually Danny and Thomas had a lot to say yesterday about what she was working on and stuff, so it's really interesting, the whales, how they make that sound. It has to do with their melon. We were mentioning that before. They got kind of a real bulbous head. That's their melon. It's filled with a oily substance, and they push the sound through their melons. They actually receive it back through their melon as well, and they're very sensitive and have a real large spectrum. That's one thing I didn't know we were talking about yesterday, is she was measuring the frequencies, and they say it's still compared if you line it up with a human, like the different frequencies we can hit, the belugas just blow it out of the water, eh? Literally.
that's why.
Been waiting all summer to bust out. No, I'm kidding. Just clued in right while I was saying it.
Nice.
Yeah, they're saying it's just, the range is insane with the beluga whales. Yeah, those ones seem to be moving away over there, so. And then, yeah, so the vocalizations, yeah, they're used to communicate. They also use the echolocation for different things, like once they're traveling in the ice pack, they can locate breathing holes, gaps in the ice where they're able to surface and get a breath. When they're hunting, they're also using it, and from that they can tell, you know, what it is they're hunting, such as the distance, size, composition. It's pretty crazy when you think about it, just how efficient they are. It's like a bat. I was always surprised that a bat's able to be in the pitch black and catch a bug using sonar. So when you see how tiny the capelin are here, it's pretty impressive. These beluga whales are able to track them down. Oh, so Cloud got a couple. Oh, there you go, perfect. Probably way better than my explanation. Just some images explaining how they're able to make the sound. We got 1, 2 behind us, 3, 4 maybe. Rolling around down there, eh?